we have the Two Harbors Light Station. You can see up at the top, there's a light still going around, remotely controlled now. And now it's a privately owned B&B, so if you wish to stay in a historic lighthouse. This is the only working light on this shore, going up to Canada. And this is the public parking area for the boat launch. And I'm here with Mike Krieger. And you work for the
News Chronicle here in Two Harbors. We cover all of Lake County, going all the way up to Tofte and Silver Bay and points north to Ely.
We met you a number of years ago now when you were working in Hinckley, Minnesota. And originally you were born and raised in the kind of the farm country.
Flat farm country.
Yeah. But you've been gradually making your way north until here you are working on the shores of Lake Superior.
Right.
Living in Duluth, right?
Yep.
What do you find about this lake that draws you to its shores?
Well, actually, in the last few weeks, it's been pretty amazing. When you hear when I first came up here, my office is right, well, not too far from here. You hear a ship's horn. You feel compelled to go outside and look. It's action that you've never seen before on it's a working harbor here in Two Harbors, where they dump all the taconite off of the trains. The train comes right up on these docks and then dumps it into the ore boats. It's loud, it's messy, for years they've complained about the dust that it creates and settles over the area. The one thing I've learned about Two Harbors is that people in Two Harbors desperately want to keep the natural state of their harbor here. Burlington Bay is more developed, it's got a campground on it. This one is an old, like I said, working harbor. This half that we're sitting on now is more, they've developed more as a tourist attraction. But the point that you're seeing across there, they want to do something between that first dock and where we're at. They want to put in a marina, make the water more accessible. They have marinas in Silver Bay and McQuaid down toward Duluth, but they've never had one here, and they have one in Knife River. They've been talking about putting one here since 1945. I went back in the archives, and they've been wanting to put something here that makes it more accessible.
And so, when do they expect it'll be in operation?
Well, there's more movement right now than there ever has been. They have questions about this dock. That's the old coal dock. Whether they want to keep that, because they eventually want to bring in large boats, like tourist boats and things like that. And they're wondering how steady that dock is.
You said that
they want to do it by 2012.
Oh yeah.
If it was going to be done the way that they're doing it now.
And you said that the area where they want to put the marina is old town site.
Yep, it's called Whiskey Row. Aptly named for the people that worked on the railroad and on the boats, late 1800s. And then in the 1920s, things started moving away from there. Until, I think 10 years ago, they still had the old wooden fishing shacks along the shore here.
Really?
And they burned them all down for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but it would be...
I suppose a hazard, liability.
Yeah, and part of the plan if they get a marina in here is to recreate some of those, which is always, the backwards way of something. But
rebuild the old shacks.
But if you go back, it's Whiskey Row, and they had a big giant slab on there for the coal, and they preserved a lot of the things that were in the old town site that were buried or burned down. And the Minnesota Historical Society is digging back there and finding lots of really cool artifacts, not just bottles and some metals, but they're actually finding clothes and hats and pins and buttons. And
that's so amazing.
They're getting a taste of what it was like on there. And they're also finding out it wasn't just a whiskey and wild place with a bunch of saloons. They're actually finding signs of domestic and family living. So
that's neat.
Maybe it wasn't as wild as they thought it was.
Do you think
wild makes such a good story?
Yeah, it's more exciting that way.
Do you think that either the city or DNR or somebody will put up some sort of graphics when they do finish?
They have plans for some signs. All the artifacts are going to Fort Snelling.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going to, right beyond that is Lake County Historical Society in the old depot, and they plan to have some displays there of what they're finding. And they hope to have, you know, a more complete story of what was there, because
Yeah.
now it's old, you know, hearsay and whatnot. They might have a more complete tale. There's actually what they think is the first homestead right close to the bay here.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There was no roads then.
And it has, and it was built in the 1800s, and it has a cement foundation.
Jeez. Well, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. I'm glad you were able to come out here and join us for a little bit on the shore and this park that, or this shoreline that we so enjoy walking.
Yeah.
And hope
And
to
don't
see.
forget the little lighthouse that no one remembers because they only think of Split Rock. But Two Harbors has one too.
Yep, it
And
is.
its light
It's
is
a
always
nice
on.
one. It's great, and it's fronted there by one of the old fishing boats as well.
Yep.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
We'll be seeing more of you, we hope, in the months to come.